Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Play action, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The completion there for the reigning MVP. And Charles, even though he's slip-sliding towards 40, it is certainly a tough task to ask a defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But what can they at least try to do to slow him down?
I think for him is take advantage of the few opportunities he gives you. He's not going to throw very many interceptions, so if you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, you better take it. But if you can get him off the field on 3rd down, that is a huge one. Be able to blanket receivers, knock the ball free, but get off the field, because the longer that drive goes, he's going to put it in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A 1st down catch for Allen Lazard, who's turned out to be a personal favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He's carved out a nice role in this Packers receiver rotation.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete right side to Lazard. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. And again, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jones, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Grant and he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On play action, Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
A good catch there for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But last year we saw some bigger catches. The NFL leader in yards per reception in 2020.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Back to throw, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. After the sack on first down, Fields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the draw, this is Cohen. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw is Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught. A huge play there for Chicago.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Montgomery, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Here's Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory. But that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done. But I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And hit behind the line. He lost lost the football. It's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it is 28-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. A play fake, now Fields to throw. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. Being chased out left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Escaping the pressure right. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Let's go.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defense.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the fumble recovery, Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Packers. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because